really trying to get a handle on the landscape of what is yet another pivotal offseason for the Vancouver Canucks. And the only way you can tell what the Canucks are going to be able to do or what's even out there is not by constantly talking about what the Canucks have. That's been exhausted to death. We know the candidates likely to be traded. You know what I mean? Like, we can't keep talking about trading Connor Garland. We can't. You need to figure out what the landscape looks like.
Well, that's why a lot of people are talking about Chicago, right? And they've connected those dots, and that does make sense. But there's more teams than just that.
But like, you also have to talk about brokering through a third party and finding ways to include other people into the mix, because it's not a lot of cap space in the summer. And Tarek brought up a really good point there. The UFA market this year is especially trash. Like, there's been a couple really bad UFA summers where you're like looking up and down, you're like, God, there's nothing here. This one is right at the top of the list. There's really not a lot, especially on the blue line.
So much Michael Bunting disrespect right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, and rightfully so. Like, Bunting's fine. But if he's the most appealing unrestricted free agent, it means the free agent class sucks. So take that off the ledger right now. Now, don't get me wrong. You might be able to find a bargain or two or a hidden gem. I mean, again, we go back to Florida. Like, look at what they were able to do by picking Brandon Montour and Gustav Forsling off the scrap heap, essentially. Yeah. And they've turned into a Stanley Cup contending team with a good blue line. But more often than not, free agency is a place where you kind of try and find bargains, but you often end up overspending. In this particular year, it looks bad. So why am I bringing all this up? Trade market. There's got to be something out there with all of these other teams who are also looking at a crappy free agent market.